Proper lubrication and maintenance are important to extend machine life, safety of human engineering, and increase working efficiency and economical effect. Always carry out daily maintenance before starting machine or after completion of work. Check before starting. Check leakage of oil and water. Check if there are traces of oil and water leakage, especially the joints of high-pressure hose cylinders, radiator, etc. If find leakage, maintain it timely. Check the bolt and nut. Check the bolts and nuts. If they are loose, tighten them. Pay attention to bolts of air filter, silencer, and nuts of wheel hub, etc. Check electric system. Check the electric system. Check the electric wire. Check coolant level and fill. Open the cap of water tank and observe if the level of coolant is in the normal position of level meter. If not, fill coolant from filler until it reaches to the normal position of level meter. Please stop the engine when filling coolant. Make the engine idle for about 5 minutes. After, fill coolant. After that, observe if the level of coolant is in the normal position of level meter. If not, fill coolant again. If the amount of adding coolant is much more, please check the leakage of cooling system. In order to avoid hot coolant bursting forth, do not open the cap of radiator when the coolant's temperature is high. When the temperature and the pressure go down, then open the cap slowly. Check the fuel. When work is over, check oil mass by oil dipstick. Remove fuel tank cap, fill the fuel, make sure the tank is topped up. Check oil level of engine oil pan. Check the oil mass by oil dipstick. If oil mass is not enough, fill the oil through port. When checking the oil mass while the engine is stopped, you should use the side with scale of dipstick. Drain water and deposit from fuel tank. Open the valve at the bottom of fuel tank. Drain water and deposit. Some fuel will flow out too. Air filter. Check. If air filter is logged, red arrow of alarm will rise to the position of inspection opening. At the same time, should clean air filter. Always stop the engine when cleaning. Clean or replace outer cartridge. Remove nuts and gasket. Remove cover plate outside. Screw off nut and gasket and remove outer cartridge. Clean interior of air filter, case body, and check the outer cartridge. Clean with compressed air. Clean the outer cartridge. Blow inner of cartridge with dry compressed air, less than 0.50 MPa, from inside along its folds. And then blow it from outside along its folds and repeat the process until it is cleaned out. In the end, check the filter is clean or not. Check and tighten mounting nuts of inner cartridge. Attention! When cleaning outer cartridge, don't use other objects to knock at or impact it. Never clean main filter with oil or water. When sealing ring or nut is damaged, replace. Check brake system. According to the maintenance manual, check pump, cylinder, valve, pipes, and joints of brake system periodically. Solve the problems in time. Check steering system. Check the pump, cylinder, valve, pipes, and joints of steering system. If there is leakage, solve the problems in time. Check the nuts and bolts of drag link and steering cylinders. If necessary, tighten them. Check, tighten, and change damper. Must check periodically bolt of damper on both ends of vibratory wheel for loosening. Tighten it if necessary and change damper worn or with much cracks. Check scraper. Check front and rear scraper. Always adjust and change if necessary. When adjusting scraper, should loosen fixed bolt, move scraper to steel side, and keep clearance of 15 to 20 millimeters. Then retighten all fastening bolts. Check the level of hydraulic oil. Check the oil mass of hydraulic oil tank. If below the warning line, supply the hydraulic oil in time. Check the pad foot. Check and tighten connecting bolts and nuts of pad foot. Every 50 hours maintenance. Check lubricating oil level in vibratory drum. Place machine on level ground to make oil injection and drain plug of vibratory drum to be the highest position. Oil level should be middle of oil scale. When oil is lacking, should add lubricating oil to required position. Check damper and tightening bolt. Be sure that damper is not damaged. When length of crack is over 15 millimeters, should change damper and tighten bolt. Check pressure of tires. Working pressure of tires is 0.30 to 0.35 MPa. Check tightness of rim nut. Check tightness of all nuts on drum with torque of 580 to 640 Nm. Check that if oil level of planetary decelerator is in the range oil scale specified. Every 250 hours maintenance. Add grease in grease cup. Cross-articulated bearing, 4 places. Joint bearing of turning oil cylinder, 4 places. The engine oil pan and filter. When draining the oil, should remove oil drain plug under the bottom of machine frame. Change oil filter. Clean dirt around oil filter and remove oil filter, and then clean sealing surface of O-ring of filter seat. Coat a little of oil on sealing gasket. Filter with clean oil and screw in filter seat. After sealing gasket, contact sealing surface, retighten it 3/4 to 1 turns. Install oil drain plug. After changing filter, should fill in diesel oil filler with clean oil to suitable height. Then run the engine at idling and check oil filter and oil drain plug for leakage. Stop the machine and wait for 5 minutes. When oil flows to oil pan, check oil level by dipstick. Planetary decelerator. CT26C planetary decelerator is on the right of vibratory drum. Let one of both oil ports on planetary decelerator to be top end, and the other oil port is oil level sight glass. Set roller to flat ground. Screw off bolt on oil level sight glass and check oil level. Supply lubricating oil if necessary. Method of adding oil. First, screw off oil inlet bolts which are on top of decelerator. Then screw off bolt on oil level sight glass. Filling lubricating oil until the oil overflows. Amount of adding lubricating oil is 2.781 liters. Drive axle. Check oil level and supply. Place the machine on flat ground and screw off bolt of oil level sight glass to check oil level. If necessary, should supply lubricating oil. Oiling method. First, open oil level sight glass bolts which on axle wind to make oil inlet of left and right hub, and oil level sight glass are in same level position. Fill oil until overflows. Hydraulic oil tank. Place roller on level ground and stop the engine. After waiting for 5 minutes, check oil level. If oil level is not over 2/3 of viewed oil window, should supply oil to oil tank by oil filler. Driving belt for alternator. Press down 10 mm with the force of 60 N according to the standard direction. When the belt is lengthened and can't be adjusted, should replace it. After fitting new belt, should run for 1 hour, then check and adjust. V-belt is not permitted to contact the bottom of V-groove. Belt for air conditioner compressor. Check method is the same as driving belt for alternator. When adjusting, should lose nut M and N, and then adjust L to make belt tighten. After adjusting, tighten up nut M and N. Drain impurity and water form fuel tank. Loosen oil plug at the bottom of fuel tank to discharge impurity and water. Clean the engine and fin of radiator. Caution: cleaning work should be carried out after only the engine goes out and cools. When cleaning, don't damage fin of radiator. Clean with compressed air. First blow from air exhaust side of the engine. Clean with cleaning agent. Spray proper cleaning agent on the engine. After a while, wash it with water gun. Run the engine for a while to warm up the machine to prevent from corroding. Charge pressure of tires. Check charge pressure of tires with gas pressure meter to make sure the charge pressure of both tires is the same. For floating power type tires, normal working pressure of both tires is 0.30 to 0.35 MPa. After charging gas, retighten up dust cap. Check oil level in vibratory drum. After opening vibration for half an hour, check oil level of vibratory wheel under working temperature. Place the machine on level ground. Move steel wheel to make filler to be upside and obverse oil level through view oil plug. Oil surface should be in the middle line position of oil window. If lubricating oil is lack, open the filler cap. Add lubricating oil through filler until lubricating oil overflows. Then retighten up filler cap. Check and clean bar magnet on hydraulic tank. Every 500 hours maintenance. Every 250 hours service should be carried out at the same time. Fuel filter. Clean out around seat of fuel filter and remove fuel filter with filter wrench. Filter with clean fuel and coat a little oil on sealing gasket. Mount filter and tighten in with hand until sealing gasket touches filter seat. Then retighten it to 1/2 to 3/4 turns. Don't tighten too tightly. Vent cap. Remove the vent cap. Wash the dust in it by air. 2 places. Bracket of vibratory wheel motor 1 place. Air exhausting plug of vibratory wheel inner chamber 1 place. Belt of air conditioner compressor. When adjusting, loosen nut M, N, then adjust L to make belt tighten. After adjusting, tighten M, N. Fuel pre-filter. The same method as fuel filter. Filter element of vibratory and traveling pump. Replace filter element of traveling pump and turning oil return filter. Clean out around filter seat. Remove filter element with filter wrench and clean out sealing surface of filter. Coat a little oil on sealing gasket. Filter with clean oil and install filter as instruction of manufacturer. Vibratory drum. Place roller on level ground and make oil drain plug to be the lowest point. Remove tightening bolt of oil drain plug and screw remove bolt into thread hole to tap out oil drain plug. After discharging lubricating oil, wash them 1 to 2 times with an amount of diesel oil. Move oil drain plug to the highest point At the same time, make oil observation hole to be the lowest point. At this time, fill lubricating oil to oil outlet until oil level reaches to middle position of oil observation hole. Finally, install oil drain plug. Maintenance of air conditioner unit. Clean out radiator fan of condenser. Remove tightening bolt of air conditioner system. Clean out radiator fan of condenser with compressed air or cold water. Start the engine. Open air conditioner unit. Open evaporator switch in cab to choose refrigerant temperature. Open wind outlet. Setting temperature must be lower than actual temperature in room, so compressor can work. Reservoir must be changed by maintenance department before working in construction season every year. Check reservoir. All pressure vessels must be checked by professional regularly as provision. Always check twice every year. When checking, should especially notice corrosion condition of pressure vessels. If pressure vessel is not in normal state, must change it to prevent from injuring operating personnel. Filter of hydraulic tank. Remove the plug under the bottom of hydraulic tank and discharge hydraulic oil in oil tank. Ensure the hydraulic oil is clean. Remove oil hose is connected with hydraulic tank and change new filter. For details, please refer to every 2,000 hours maintenance. Air cleaner of hydraulic oil. Remove filter and be sure that air hole isn't clogged. Always change filter every operation, 500 to 1,000 hours. But when working in circumstance with much dust, should change every operation, 500 hours. Check damper. Check for elasticity of damper and replace for damaged one. Every 1,000 hours maintenance. Every 250 and 500 hours maintenance should be carried out at the same time. Tightening of rim nut. Tighten nut of rim symmetrically. Change lubricating oil of decelerator. Place the roller to level ground. Be sure that oil drain plug of planetary decelerator to be the lowest point. Screw off the bolt of oil drain plug. After draining out, tighten the bolt and add lubricating oil to filler until oil overflows from oil level hole. Driving axle. Adjust oil hole of planetary decelerator on both sides of driving axle to the lowest position. Remove oil plug and remove oiling plug from decelerator, and then remove oil drain plug to discharge oil. After discharging oil, tighten oil drain plug. Adjust oil hole of planetary decelerator on both sides of driving axle to the level position. Screw off all plugs near oil level to add lubricating oil until oil overflows from oil inlet. Add oil as specified amount by oiling plug again. Tighten connecting piece of driving axle machine frame. Check that if all nuts are tightened up. Check all parts of the engine. Refer to Operation and Maintenance Manual of engine. Check vibratory frequency of roller. Adjust if necessary. Every 2,000 hours maintenance. Every 250, 500, and 1,000 hours maintenance should be carried out at the same time. Check planetary decelerator of the drum. Disassemble and check planetary decelerator. Replace wear parts. Adjust and change parts if necessary. It is very important that periodic maintenance is forced carrying out in the course of use, and it is help for use decelerator reasonably and extending service life of transmission effectively. Because working condition is not determinate and usage circumstance in each area is different, maintenance time of decelerator also is not different. Always increase and reduce properly operation time and content of inspection and maintenance, according to local practice experience and characteristic of machine. Hydraulic oil tank and oil filter. At least change hydraulic oil once 1 year. Remove oil drain plug on bottom of oil tank. Screw up oil drain plug after discharging oil. Remove oil tools connected with connecting disc of inlet port and remove bolt. Then remove oil filter and check sealing ring. Replace sealing ring if necessary. Clean, remove part and replace with new oil filter. Clean up and remove cover plate on top of the hydraulic oil tank. Clean impurity on bar magnet. When reinstalling cover plate, should clean primary sealing glue and then coat new to assure good sealing property. Caution: at least change hydraulic oil 1,000 hours. Always add oil with filtration. Always change hydraulic oil after repairing hydraulic system, except for changing hydraulic oil as normal interval. Only change hydraulic oil at the working temperature. Clean around hydraulic oil tank and oil filter. Don't use detergent to clean hydraulic system. Don't start the engine after discharging hydraulic oil. When replacing hydraulic oil each time, also should be replacing filter element. When required, check and maintain the following items when required. Air cleaner. Adjustment of scraper. Replacement of tires. Check tightening torque of bolts and nuts. Check, tighten, and change damper.